Hello, 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 hello. How's everyone doing today? Where are we at? Where are we at? Kit build. There we go. Okay, cool. How's everyone doing today? It's Tuesday. Tuesday, isn't it? We got the Prusa out. It's Prusa Day. Where do we leave off? I'm trying to remember where we left. We got the tool head built. Get this thing. This is done. Tool head's built. We have the XY motion is built. I think we're on to, I don't know what's next. What's next? What's next? Extruder body work. Heck yeah. Got to build that body up. How's everyone doing today? How is everyone doing today? I hope everyone's doing good. It is Tuesday. We were actually going to do something different today. A ferry, and by ferry I mean the UPS man, dropped off a package for me. It was supposed to show up like 2 weeks ago and it finally showed up. So we were going to do a little something with a little subtractive manufacturing today. But it's Prusa Tuesday. So we'll figure it out. We'll chat about it on the Wednesday member stream. For those that don't know, this month, every month we do a member stream for members of the channel. So if you're a channel member, a Patreon supporter, or if you're lucky and somebody like Bearded Printer gifts a community membership and you happen to get that, you get to hang out when we do the member stream. So that will be Thursday. So maybe we'll talk about it on Thursday, what it is. It's a secret. Shh. I wish it was a wire EDM. It's a burr subtractive manufacturing machine. So I want to get it out of the box because I have to do a video on it within a certain amount of time. But I want to get it out of the box on a stream. But all my stream schedules are filled right now. All 3 streams that we do weekly are already filled with content. So we might do it Friday. We might bump we might shift everything a day. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. If you want to know what it is, you'll find out on Thursday member stream. That'll be around noon. It does have an air to it, I will say. Okay. And then what else? Oh, hey, Polymaker has some new filament. I don't have any. I wasn't cool enough to get some before they dropped it, but they have a high temp PLA that apparently is pretty nice. I have some on the way. I just don't have any right now. And if you want to get your hands on some, well, you could buy some using the affiliate link. But every stream we do give away a spool of Polymaker filament, so you can just enter for your chance to win some in the link in the description, and you might just win some, and then you don't have to buy it, or you can just buy it. But if you do want to buy it, use the affiliate link. It is high temp PLA. No, don't print boron parts with it. It will still fail, but it is high temp PLA. Yeah, I was looking at the MSDS for it. It seems pretty cool. Shoot, where was it? You think I would have Polymaker actually like linked on my desktop? Polymaker HTPLA. It's good to 150, but the big word is not under load. I wouldn't use it on anything like here. Let's see here. Is this the one I was looking at? No. There's a specific sheet that shows basically as soon as it gets above 60, it does start getting weak. So there's also a glass filled version. But it's like after it hits 60, it still starts failing, and then not failing, but if you're printing something that just kind of like sits there, it's great. But if you're printing 3D printer XY motion parts that are under tension and load in a heated environment, it will fail. Don't be printing boron parts with this. Or actually probably be fine printing boron parts for it if it's an unenclosed boron. The moment you enclose it, I still would not do high temp. I want to do any sort of PLA, regardless of the branding, in a 3D printer enclosure. It will fail. You'll get creep issues. It'll start mushing. But yeah, time flies. It does fly when you're having fun. But I don't think, yeah. And the problem with the annealing, you have a chance of losing dimensional accuracy when you anneal, because the plastic parts can warp essentially under annealing. Yeah, if your printer prints PETG, ABS, or ASA easily, you don't need it. Yeah, that's usually been my thing. Like, the high temp PLAs are good for people that have, like, you know, bamboo A1s and, you know, other unenclosed printers. It gives them a good option. Because because PETG kind of has some issues with gumminess and creep issues. So it's not exactly like it's not a direct, no filament is better than any other filament across the board for the most part. Every filament has advantages and pros and cons. You need to look at what you need your thing to do that you are printing and the environment it will be in to determine what filament is the best for it. For example, PLA, don't print Voron parts in PLA, but guess what? PLA works really good for CNCs. If you're printing, if you want to build a Voron Cascade down the line, a high temp PLA makes a lot of sense because guess what? PLA is very rigid. It's very stiff. It's things you want in a CNC. Just be careful. You just don't do it for a 3D printer because it'll turn to mush in the chamber. The material sciences are a thing. And a lot of people just go, oh, this is stronger. Okay, stronger. Is it more malleable? Is it, what's its temperature deflection? What's it? There's one second here. Material properties. Let me pull it up here. You have hardness, toughness, ductility, elasticity, thermal properties, density, yield strength, conductivity, plasticity. You have strength, brittleness, corrosion, fatigue, magnetism, malleability, optical properties, shear strength, stiffness, boiling point, compressive strength, electrical properties, tensile strengths, mechanical properties, chemical properties, and there's even more. When I see somebody goes, is this a stronger filament than this? That is like asking, should I buy a Honda Civic or a big rig? Don't exist in the same world. Okay, anyways, let's build a printer. Let's build a printer. We are building a Prusa Core 1. We left off last stream where we had the tool head built. We have the XY motion system built. We have most of the wiring done. I think we're working on panels now. So we'll get on to that. As usual, disclosure, Prusa was kind enough to send this kit over for this build series for testing and evaluation. I'm not being paid for this build series. Words and opinion of my own, but I do get to keep the printer at the end of it. So there's your disclosure. Waiting for the first reinforced concrete frame 3D printer. If you were to 3D print, so if you're using like a continuous fiber printer, or even something like a PETG with carbon fiber in it or something where like your XY strength is really strong, and you print out a mesh that you will then use to build a frame that you then use as concrete, and you're basically using the 3D printed mesh as a rebar or a reinforcement type thing, that would probably work pretty good. But also you could just take, you know, glass fibers, like long strand glass fibers, and mix that into the concrete and get pretty much the same effect. Yeah, but reinforced concrete frame, I mean, it's been played with. I think Tom did a video on it, Sand Ladder. He did a video where he filled a printer frame with sand, and it didn't really do anything because there's not really enough mass there. I know on the Milo, there's like a whole cartridge in the back that you fill with sand for extra weight or lead shot or something to make it more stable. But on a 3D printer, there's really not, you'd have to like redesign the frame to have more voids in it to fill with something dense. And really, I don't think it's the best thing to do, but we'll see. We shall see. My 3D printed parts. I got my screws. Where are we at? We are building the frame, so we need some tools. Look at all these tools here. Okay, so we need some panels. Where are the panels at? I think they're all in here. Yes, they are. Behold, panels. So we need these two guys, I'm assuming. There's a YouTuber that printed a mini CNC mill and filled the parts with cement. Yep, that'll work. Like that's kind of one of the things I want to play with when I get the Venture XL built up, is when with a 600 millimeter print volume, say you want to print something like furniture or just like anything like that. It takes a lot of time. You're laying down a lot of plastic. So why not just print the shell of whatever you want, make sure you have stringers inside for support, and then fill it with something like expanding foam or like a concrete or something. And then just, that way you have the 3D printed shell, so you have the looks and the appearance and everything, but you fill it with something that'll be quick and easy and fill up the void and make it stronger. instead of sitting there doing 10% infill on something this big and going insane. Okay, so we need the left and right profile, which are this guy and this guy. And you can tell because the holes are different. The one with the circular opening, okay, there's that. And M34 RT screws. M34 RT screws. Just a 200-pound Voron V0. I mean, a Phoenix is close to like 300 pounds if I remember correctly. It might even be more than that. Is the M34 RT screws the ones I lost? M35. I think those are the ones I lost. Yeah, I think the M34 RTs are the screws I lost, which is not good. I lost one bag of screws early in the build, and I think it's those ones, which really sucks because you kind of need them here. Yep, that is the bag of screws I lost, the M34 RTs. Crud. Let's take a little looky-loo, see if I can figure something out here. Maybe I did put them in the wrong thing. Maybe I just put them somewhere. Because I'm gonna need a whole bunch of these. Because these are for the frame. Maybe I put them with the frame. Did I put them in the frame bag? Nope. 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 Yeah, I think I lost those ones, which is not good. Crud. I could have sworn you have M35s. I got 12 of them, but I don't know what they're used for. Nope. 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 How do you lose a whole bag of screws? The MMU next gen for one. Have they actually shown it off or just talked about it? I've heard them talking about it, but I haven't seen anything about it. Other than, oh, hey, we're working on this thing. It's like, okay, yeah, cool. But no, I haven't seen it. Double check the floor here. 312 empty bag. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I don't have it. But yeah, I keep people hearing, like, referencing the new Prusa MMU thing, and I haven't seen anything about it. All I know is they've announced that they're working on it. So, what is it called? MMU 3 next gen? Yeah, like, new Prusa MMU. Like, it's now on the website? Okay. So that's the MMU 3. That's just an MMU 3. Am I missing something here? Like, they have it up top here, but MMU 3 and upgrades. Prusa Core 1. Assembled unit. I don't know what it looks like. Is it just, well, that's it. It's a, okay, well, I mean, here's the thing. All I have is this image. I'm assuming it's in the box there, so I haven't seen it, and I don't know how it works because I don't have one. So if you're asking my thoughts about it, not a clue. I can't make any thoughts on it. If it works as good as the MMU 3, it'll probably be fine. I have an MMU 3, I've used it a bunch, it works fine. If it just that, but adapted for the Core 1 to make it a little bit better for the Core 1 form factor, it'd probably work fine. I don't know. If Joe showed it off in a video, then look at his thoughts then. I don't know. I can't comment on something I don't have. Like, I'm, for those that don't know, I'm very hesitant to like actively talk about or comment on things that I do not personally have experience with, nor have I like worked with somebody on it or talked to somebody who I trust about it, kind of thing. So when it comes to that, it's like, okay, it's probably cool, but I don't have any thoughts on it because I don't have one. Yeah, I don't have any M4 3Ts. This is going to be a problem. I'm just trying to figure out how you lose a whole bag of M4 3T screws. Unless they fell over the other side here. I don't think they did. No, I got nothing over here. Okay, so what are we going to do here? So I have a bunch of M3 5Ts that I could use, but then I don't know where the M3 5Ts go. Let's take a look here. So M4 3, where do those go? Yeah, you kind of need those. I remember using them on the frame. Did I accidentally knock it into here somewhere? No, there's... I mean, they're just M4 flatheads. Or, yeah, button heads. I mean, I can use different screws. I can use like socket heads or something. But I don't want to because it's going to ruin the aesthetic of my printer. Nope. Ah, nope. Shoot. Don't you hate it when you find a bag and then you think it has what you were looking for, but it doesn't? Would I have a Magpul backup site in here? Anyways. Dang it. Now I'm really annoyed. I knew I had them. Shoot. And I could run downstairs and take a look. But we'll see. We'll see. Let me see. Because these are just to hold the frame together. So they are kind of important, but I can use smaller screws if I need to. Or a different type of screw. M3 by, what are these? Yeah, that's too big. Those are too long. Nope. None of those will work. What about in here? M-Lock printer mounts. Yeah, like I could just use these. Just use some regular. I'll use some non-T ones and they'll just be fine. They'll be fine. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. I'm just a dummy. Yep, I'm just a dummy and lost the bag of screws that I need, so I'll just have to use some different ones. Oh well. Adapt and overcome. Okay, so let's see here. So we need that, next. Okay, so we attach this. Attach the front right profile to the printer. Ensure you're using the correct profile. It should have one large opening for the belt tensioning screw. Align the profile so that the calibration screw opening and the small line up with that. Secure with 2 M4R3Ts. Fix the profile at the bottom using 2, okay. So screw there, screw there, screw there, screw there. Okay. So this one has one small hole and it goes like this. And it goes in like that. Need a Allen key for this. So anyone else watching the Starship launch today? Because I think it's at 7:30 p.m. Eastern is the Starship launch. So that should be pretty fun to watch. Not only do I have a screw loose, it's plain gone. Joke's on you. Big rocket go boom. I'm hoping it doesn't go boom. The last two have gone boom. And I'm hoping this one's like actually doesn't go boom. Because I actually, you know, as much as I do not like Elon, rockets are cool. And I like rockets. So it's kind of like, oh, well, I just popped that out. Okay, get back in your hole. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There you go, get back in your hole. There we go. I don't think the extra length is going to matter here. No, there's plenty of clearance. We're good. Used booster. Here's the thing. You want to know what the funny thing is? You're like, oh, it's a used booster, higher chance of boom. NASA now will not fly crew on a new Falcon 9. NASA will not fly a crew now on a new Falcon 9 booster. They require it's a flight proven booster. Like, because it's flight proven. They know it works. I'd rather fly on a plane that's flown a couple times than a plane that's flying for the first time. So it's like, huh. Okay. Attach the front left one. Ensure you're using the correct profile. It should have 2 large round openings for the door sensor. Hey, I have that here. Okay. Align the profiles and then be careful not to bend the door sensor level. Secure the profile using 2 M43. Okay. And then fix out the bottom. Okay. So there's a little switch here you gotta be careful of when putting this in. It says try not to bend it. So we'll try not to bend it. New has an exact, yeah, but that's Boeing. Boeing has their own problems. Boeing has a problem of, was it McDonnell Douglas they merged with? So Boeing used to be a company that was like run by the engineers. And then McDonnell Douglas was a dying airplane company. And then they had the bright idea to merge with Boeing. And usually when you merge, you take the best parts of both companies and you slap them together. And what happened was the management at Boeing that let the engineers do their job left. And the crappy designers at McDonald's stayed, and leadership at McDonald's stayed, and basically turned Boeing into a not good company anymore. So, yeah. One screw, 180-bit screw. So a lot of the reason for Boeing sucking is like the remaining leadership of McDonnell Douglas that kind of came in and took over. Yeah, they bought, yeah, there's like a whole thing there. There's a whole thing there. But basically they did stuff like, oh, instead of, you know, manufacturing this part in-house, we'll take the division that manufactures it in-house, we'll spin it off as their own company. They'll cut all the corners and fire all our longtime employees. And basically like, now we're outsourcing to our former selves for a lower quality product because it's cheaper now. There we go. Okay, so we got that in there. So we put those 2 in, put those 2 in, there we go. And now we need the top profile. And then we need M34s with different head type. Okay, what is different head type? And then we also need the rivets. Yeah, I'm missing a whole bunch of screws. Because I think I'm missing the stupid little Yeah, I think I lost a bag somewhere because I'm missing the rivets. Yeah, I must have lost a bag because I am missing the little rivets. How did I lose a bag? I lost an entire bag of parts somehow because I'm missing all my rivets. Yeah, something ain't right here. Something ain't right here. That's empty. Like, that's empty. Okay, how did I lose all my rivets? No. Where did I lose all my rivets? Remind me never to do 3 printer builds at the same time ever again. Yeah, remind me never to do 3 printer builds at the same time ever again, because I've misplaced stuff, and I don't like this. Let's see, you can come out. You can come out, you can come out. And you're empty. This is an empty box. So empty box, go away. Let me go digging. Let me go digging. This is annoying. I'm sorry, guys. That's that. That's that. That's... Okay, that's some stuff. I think this is like, these the rivets? No, these are not the rivets. These are something else, but they have some M4 3Ts in there. Okay. Did I put them over here? Is this where I put everything? Nope. How did you misplace printer parts like that? How do you misplace printer parts like that? Well, because I lost... Oh. Yeah, here's a bunch of M4 3Ts. So I got all the M4 3Ts. I just don't know where the rivets went. Time to, yeah, go back and rewatch the series and figure out where the hell I put that bag of rivets. Because it's like, I had them, and now I don't. And they're a pretty big bag of rivets. They're hard to lose. I've had them before. I mean, I might have extra. I'm gonna have to hit up Prusa, I think. Shoot! I put everything back in the box as I was building it. I know that. They're not in any of the trays. No, the trays are for the this build and another build. So they're not in the trays. And I don't think I mixed it up with the... with this guy. Let me double check. Let me double check. Let me double check. Just in case it fell. Machine screws, M36s. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do a deep dive in the garage. If you guys want to know what we're gonna be doing on the stream on the Thursday stream, it's gonna be me going through a heck of a lot of this, trying to sort out where I'm missing stuff. Because the only thing I could think is if it fell into another box. But I don't think it did, because I don't see it. Here's the panels. I got all the panels here. I don't know where the little rivets went. Well, we'll carry on and we'll do what we can. Okay. So we got those 4 there. If I lost the rivets, I can always just reach out and be like, yo, I lost the rivets, man. It's very riveting that I've lost the rivets. Can I meet you in Toronto? I would, but Toronto's a 4-hour drive. So that would be a whole day trip. Okay, so. And then M43s, okay. Empty boxes away. I have been, because the problem is with having all these builds going on at the same time, I just have like a bunch of stuff kind of everywhere. And I think that bit me in the butt, because I may have like put stuff in another box thinking it was for another build at some point. And then just lost them. So what I'll do is on the Thursday stream, we're going to do a bunch of organizing and a big garbage sweep. And I'm just going to go through, because I've got like, I still have parts here from like the positron kit in a box down here. So we'll just do a sweep. Check the stuff that came. The problem is I think I threw out a lot of it, or it's downstairs. Like, yeah, you know, I've got all this, which is all like leftover screws and whatnot from other builds and whatnot, but we'll dig through it. We'll dig through it on Thursday. We'll dig through it on Thursday. If I don't put the panels on, I think you just need those to put the panels on. So, okay. So be careful avoiding sharp parts. So it looks like we're putting this together and you need the rivet. Shoot, put that together and then you put the little, oh no, that's the M34. Okay, so let's put that together. Okay, so the front has 2 holes in the top. Okay. And don't think it matters which way that goes. So that's like that. Yeah, so this is the only one that's different is this one, because it has 2 holes in the top. You can see the holes there. Okay, that goes there. This goes, oh, so we have a little flange going that way. This goes here, and then you put an M4 3T in here. Yeah. Yeah, no more spinning. Yeah. Like, it's nice to break it up. Don't get me wrong. I personally prefer building like multiple builds on multiple days, just because it's, you know, it breaks up in the monotony of doing like 4 builds in a row of the exact same, 4 streams in a row of the exact same printer. But as we can see with my limited space here, it becomes kind of a problem at a certain point. Get 4 from the top panel. Can you take them out? I mean, if we have to skip the rivets, I can skip the rivets and just put them in later. Like I can go, sure, I could print the rivets. They just hold the panels in. There we go. And then we put that together using 2 more M43Ts. Go. Wait a minute. That ain't right. What? I put this together backwards, I think. They pop out and can be reused. Okay, I'll steal flanges from a pre-built. What if I need to? How does this work? This isn't working. There's a missing flange. Okay, I put this one together wrong. So there's supposed to be a flange. Oh, okay, I see what I did. I put it together wrong. Okay. This goes this way. Flange goes that way. Okay. Good morning. Good morning. Okay. I'm supposed to make it in 2 halves. I'm just going to make it a continuous piece. Would it be faster without the stream? Oh, it would be a lot faster without the stream. The fact that, like, when the stream goes live, I talk for a bit, we catch up, we yap about stuff, we get called on we go on tangents. Yeah, the stream makes the build at least 25% longer. At least 25% longer than if I wasn't streaming it. I know that because I've built Vorons in a day off stream. This seems really error prone. It's surprisingly, there is enough corners that are like indexed together that this, like, here, watch. Like, put it this way, you saw me put this together, right? Like, I literally just slapped this together on a desk that's not even flat, one corner at a time. Okay, from that corner to that corner, let's do this in thou, like a proper thing. 17 inches, 600 thou. Okay, 17 inches, 600 thou. That corner to corner. 17 inches, it's like 580 thou. So 20 thou at a square. That's 20 thousandths of an inch. Good enough. Is it watertight? That's a you problem. That's a you problem, Coop. There's a reason Prusa doesn't make wire EDM machines. Oh, 1 second, family's home. Just gonna pop my head and say hi. Back to work. Okie dokie. So we got that. Put it on top. And then the 2 holes go over the back. Okay, so find the profile of the 2 opening in the middle of this present at the rear. Make sure the profile onto the printer. Make sure the 2 openings are facing back. The protruding part of the rear must be positioned behind the sheet metal. The other side's profile must sit on the tabs. Okay, so this comes here. This comes here. We have the 2 in the back. So this goes on the inside. And this has to go on the outside. There we go. There we go. That looks like a frame. And then we screw it all together with 8 M43s. Okay, which I actually have now. Yeah, I wish I knew where all. The funny thing is, I remember having a whole bag of those the plastic rivets left over from, I think, the Enclosure, the Prusa Enclosure that I used for the Mark IV. Just don't know where I put them. So, steal them from that if I need to. Pretty sure I have a box over here that's like just leftover Prusa parts from like the Prusa builds. So let's dig through that at some point. There we go. Hey, look at that. We now have a frame for our printer. Oh, and then attach the back panel at the top using the nylon rivets. Okay, so I don't have the rivets, so we will skip that for now, because that just kind of snaps in there, because there's really no back panel. It's just, they just hold it together. So we'll skip that for now. Okay, now we need more M3 4RTs, which I still have a couple left. I have 2 left. How did I lose that bag? How did I lose that bag? That is gonna drive me insane. I am going to be like, I'm gonna have to tear the garage apart tonight looking for this stupid bag. I'm like, I know I have it. I remember seeing it. It's just, where did I put it? Is the question. That is the question. That is the question. Or actually, shoot, is it over here? Did I put it over here? No, you're an empty box. Get rid of that. Ah, oh. Ah. No. 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 Really? No? Shoot. I keep finding the bags of Prusa parts. Like the screws and whatnot that they use for building. I keep finding those. I got a bunch of those. Yeah. I keep finding these. I've got like 4 of these bags floating around with just like all the spare Prusa parts. Okay. Don't want to replace the other screws? I mean, eventually. Oh, I could get, yeah, I could just rivet them. You just bump, bump. No, I have them somewhere. I just don't know where I put the box. Like, it's simple as that. Like, they're in a bag and they probably fell somewhere and I just like kicked it or something. Like, I have them somewhere. I just don't know where. And we'll find them at some point. They will show up at some point. It just, and it's ruined the build flow, that's for sure. Nope, not under there. Okay. So we need some more M43Ts. Okay, so on the back here, align the core XY assembly so the threaded holes attach the screw opening to that. What's the orange mean? Align the core XY so the threaded holes. Oh. Oh, I see. There's 2 there and 2 there. Okay, so let's grab this and do this. So we got One goes here. And this guy goes here. Yeah, it's just telling you if you gotta grab it, grab it. Wait, is that it? Nope. Is that it? Nope. It's annoying. Two. Got it in here? No. Shoot. It's amazing how quickly you run out of stock. It's like, I used to have so many of these little screws, and the problem is, like, you just have tons of them, and then next thing you know, you have none of them. It's like you have a ton of these screws. It's like, oh, I got bags and bags of these little screws. And then all of a sudden you don't. And you thought you did, and now you don't. And it's really annoying. Time to do a, I think it's time to do a stock up order for my, hit up Masumi and do a stock up order or something. Years ago, there was a AliExpress store had the screw kits for Voron on sale, and it was like 20 bucks for all the screws you needed to build a Voron. So I bought like 4 screw kits worth of Vorons, or 4 Vorons worth of screw kits, and then it was like, and this was years ago. There we go. Okay. Now we need some printed parts. Slide the filament base center into the printed part. Okay, so this is that. So filament sensor is this guy. That. That and that. Okay. And then we also need, we need this guy, 7mm ferromagnetic ball. 7mm ferromagnetic ball. So don't lose my 7mm ball of steel. And then I need 2 magnets. They are these 2. Okay. So this and that. Oh, and an M310 screw. If I do a screw sorting stream. I'm this close to having to do one, obviously. Okay, so now we take one of these guys, and the next part, the magnet will be positioned next to the ball. Okay, so insert one of the magnets into the dedicated opening. Okay, so that just goes in here. I guess it just kind of sticks out a little bit on each side. Okay, and then we put the ball in the hole. Okay, so the ball goes in the hole. And then put that in with an M310. Okay, so this goes like that. That goes in the hole. It goes like that. Doesn't seem that magnetic, but okay. The part with the magnet should be positioned next to the ball. Note that the ball will be attracted to the magnet. Ensure it stays secure in place. Doesn't seem too attracted. Oh, no, it does move. It does move. Okay. And fix the lever using the M3 and tighten it a few turns for now, hold enough to hold it in place. Okay. So that is that. Someone made the rivet on printables. Okay. Verify the is able to move freely. Do not over tighten the screw. Okay. So it's got to be able to move. Too much. Back up. There we go. Okay. Let me put the other magnet in the other side. Do not push it all the way in yet. Oh, the magnets must be oriented so that they repel each other. Okay, so that is together. Yeah. So this way. Ah. See how it repels? Okay. The magnets must be oriented. If the magnets are attracted, it is inserted. Remove the magnet and flip it around. In order for the center function, the magnets must repel. Once you have determined the correct magnet, push it all the way in. Okay. Push. There we go. It's funny, like, you don't see it's used often, but not as often as I thought you would see it, where you just use opposing magnets in place of a spring in a lot of spots. Like if you just need like something to stay closed or stay open, but you want to have a give, you could use a spring or you could just use opposing magnets. Pretty neat. And at least with magnets, you don't have to worry about wearing out a spring. Okay, now we need a wire, which I saw earlier. We got this wire here. And then we also need the IR filament found in electronics and chamber parts. IR filament. It's in here. IR filament sensor. There we go. That's empty. M28, M38, and M3 nuts. Okay. So, I need 2 of these nuts. There are me nuts. Okay, I just had a whole thing of these M38 nuts. Where'd they go? So, M38 and an M28. Those are all, nope. Okay, 2 of these. Two M38s. An M28. How much you want to bet that the M2 screws are in the same bag as the other stuff I misplaced? Yeah, how much you want to bet? How much you want to bet that the M2 screws that I need are in the other... Yep, they're in the bag I lost. M2, heck yeah. M2 8. Which ones are M2 8? I mean, they're the socket head, not a button head, but it'll do. Ah. Kids, don't build 3 printers at the same time. Okay, so wire attaches like that. So the wire, and it attaches like that. Okay. And make sure the brown goes to 5 volt. Yep, we're good. Brown goes to 5 volt, then green, then white. Okay. And then that goes through there. Okay, first insert the cable into the groove. The black connector should be approximately in the middle of the sensor base. Insert the IR sensor into the dedicated groove. The lever must fit in the optical gate of the sensor. Make sure neither connector nor the cables touch the lever as it prevents the sensor from functioning properly. Using a 1.5, fix the sensor in place with an M2/8 screw. And that goes through there. Okay, so so it looks like that goes there. The wires go there, and that goes like that. And then you like flip it around and it slides in, and then the little tab here, it's blocked. Gotta... It's like a... Oh, this is a little fun because you have to like slide it in there. Okay. There we go. Okay. So you can see how it that opens and closes it. Okay. And then use that M3/8 to hold it in place. Or M2. Do I even have an Allen key that'll fit this little guy? Have a little Allen key. Where is my little Allen key? A little Allen key. No, you're too big. You're too big. You're too big. You are too big. Well, good thing I have like 5 bags of screws and whatnot from 245 watchers in it. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to tell you guys to like the smash button and whatnot. Now, I'm not saying at the end of stream when we do the giveaway, if you like the smash button, it's going to increase your odds of winning. But now that I've mentioned it, are you really willing to whisk it? And yes, I could speak English. Willy willing to whisk it? Are you really willing to whisk it? You know what? I'm just gonna grab a self-tapper, screw it. M2 self-tap. none of these will work. Really? Shoot. This is just one of those days. It's just one of those days. Where'd I put that little screw at? Where'd I put it? It's just one of those days. Very, yeah, it's not a good Fred Durst impression. This doesn't even fit. Nope. Nope. Okay. So you're gonna go like that. Okay. There we go. There we go. Okay, so that's that. So that is in there, and then you put these M310 or M3 nuts up top. Give them a hole. They're on a bit of an angle. It's funny, you can tell the difference putting in these screws or these nuts from the nylon. The PCCF parts, they just fit so nice. And then these parts, which are just PETG, you can tell it's like gummier. Like they don't slide in as nice. Like they slide in, just not as nice. Okay. Put the top on. You're not tying the screw in the middle. Okay. That's that. This goes like that. 2 3/8. Less friction. It's. I don't want to say like it feels like the parts are over extruded, but it feels like the parts are kind of over extruded a bit. Like it's just more force required. Progress is being made. Yeah, I lost a bag of screws. Somehow I lost a bag of screws, and that's holding up the stream. Like it had a bunch of like the little M3 4RT screws and all my little plastic rivets. I don't know where the bag went. I'm gonna do a big organized sweep of the garage this weekend or this week and figure out where a bunch of stuff went. Okay. Oh, I got one of these. These I have. Okay. Filament sensor, zip ties, and that. Okay. So we put a zip tie through there. Yeah, I legit don't know where it went because it's like, I have 3 builds on the go. I have this, the Pro Forge, and the Venture XL. And somehow a whole bag of screws for the Prusa just gone. So, yeah. So luckily a lot of them are just nominal size screws and I have like extras, although my extra stock is getting low. But what's really sucking is I'm losing the rivets, which apparently there are printable versions of. So I'll just print some in orange PETG and they'll be accent parts. If somebody can link me the replacement PETG things, let me know. One second here. Okay. Nylon on the Pantheon. I could. Or I could print them out of Prusa orange PETG and then it'll match the printer. I mean, they're just there to hold on the they're just there to hold on the panels, right? There's no force on them. Okay, so this guy goes in here. Okay. And then that goes like that with the filament or the cable behind it. Okay, so this goes through the hole. That is frozen. Wow, that's a great look on me. Mobile cam, deactivate, activate. There we go. Okay, so this goes like this, and then this guy comes into here. And it doesn't lock. It doesn't lock. Is it supposed to lock? Okay, now it's all the way in. Okay. Okay. Now it's all the way in. And then that goes, move the cable assembly up roughly the middle of the printer and align the cable. That just goes into there. And just kind of move the filament center roughly up to the middle of the printer frame. Okay, right about there, I guess. This goes through this hole. Keep popping this grommet out here. And that goes into here. Come on, there we go. Okay. That is that. That goes there. That just goes into there. Oh! An error occurred that specifically is omitted in production builds to avoid leaking. What? What was that? Okay, it plugs into the filament button. What was that? Leaking company secrets, apparently, somehow. Okay, let's see if I can get this. I need some like tweezers or something. In your hole. Come on. There we go. Okay. So that goes there, and then you can, oh, you can zip tie all those up. Okay, I'll do that after. Do we just leave this flapping in the breeze, I guess, for now? I guess we just leave it flapping in the breeze for now. Okay. So now we need the NFC tag. Sweet. Okay. I saw that. NFC set. And we also need the NFC box. Also, M310 screws. Okay. Well, it's funny. Before the Core One went public, my Prusa account was flagged to have access to the Core One profile. And on a stream, I pulled up Prusa Slicer and it saw I was VIP flagged and nobody caught it. And it's like, ooh, M310s. They'll be in the bag of misfit stuff. I bought the input shaper kit, but haven't used it. Prints look fab and haven't enough VFAs yet. I mean, if your prints look good, your prints look good. That's the thing with 3D printing. It is an imperfect science and you will never get perfection. If your printer is printingly and it's printing the prints you want to print and you're happy with your prints, then it's good. Okay, so that goes on the back. Okay, so let me just wipe off any little greasy hand stuff quickly. It's magic, accept it. I wouldn't say it's magic, but it is voodoo. I would say it's more voodoo than magic. Okay, so peel off the yellow, apply it to the flat side of the NFC coil. So I'm assuming it's the side that has absolutely nothing on it. Yeah, so there's two sides of the coil. This side that says Prusa and then this side's flat. I'm assuming it goes on the flat side. Okay, so. And you just kind of line it up like that. I guess that hole don't matter. We're just gonna put that on there. Behold. And then peel the back off. It's not 468, it's 467 MP for those wondering. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. Okay. So now we got the sticky. And then that goes right here. So NFC facing up, Prusa facing away. The small round corner should be positioned close to the edge of the cover. Connect the cable to the board. Okay, so that just kind of goes right about like there. So goes in right about there, I guess. Sure, right about there. We're good. We're good. And then we put the stupid connector on. And anyone that does FPV hates these connectors. Freaking hate these connectors. I don't like them. Because it's like you have to have them lined up before you put pressure on them. And it's very easy to not have them lined up when you put pressure on it. And then bend it. There we go. Okay, so that's that. So that, and you can spin them. And then that plugs into that itty bitty thing on the board. Oh God, okay. Wish me luck, class. Wish me luck. The rivets are linked in the Discord. How riveting. Do I have orange loaded? No, I'll do it at the end of the stream. Let me see the rivets. There's two people linked them. And there's an alternate. Ooh. Yeah. Don't these look better? Don't the orange rivets look better? Yeah. And this is an alternate rivet. I mean, I'll print these ones, but yeah, look at that. Look how nice that looks. What flavor sups? I'm drinking the lemonade. We're drinking the lemonade, and if you want some delicious Gamer Supps lemonade with a lumberjack waifu on your cup because you're ballin' and cool like that, use code Canuck in the link in the description and get some because you'll save some money. And also they have JoJo's Bizarre Adventure stuff. So if you're into that, there you go. All right. So now, I don't know why it seems so dark in the garage lately. I think I gotta get, I gotta replace that light. That's right. I had one of my studio lights died and I just have a regular light bulb in it and it's not bright enough. I hate plugging these in. Oh. There we go. Use something flat to push it to make sure it's in. Okay. So I've done that, so I'm gonna need to download this guy. Download. Yeah, the wire has a connector on both ends. And it plugs in right there. Then this, you put the M310s all the way through. Try not to tangle up the wires. Jack, no, not in English. Parlez-vous français? You know what? I think I'm going to actually make a concerted effort and try and relearn French. I think I'm actually going to try and make an actual effort and try and regain my French. So that screws in there and there. That screws in like that. Sweet. And make sure it doesn't touch the wire. Okay. Mobile camera. Pourquoi? Je suis famille, vous parlez français? Et parce que, pourquoi? Why not? I'm sure it'll come back to me pretty quickly if I do try it. Like, I have the advantage where I did go to a French school for a couple years as a kid. So it's not like I'm going in completely blind. It's just, it's been so long since I've spoken it. It'll just take, like, hopefully a refresher. It just, you know, the problem is French is one of those, well, it's not a problem. It's just gonna have to take to remember it. French is one of those languages where you have masculine and feminine words too. So, il, elle, all that stuff. See, the fun fact, bikini in French is male. Like it's a masculine word. Oh, here, let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it. Edit. What's on the A Buddy Hoser? Let me see if I can find this. Where was the thing? This week. Yeah, we're doing a tangent. Okay. I think they're swearing in this, so if certain bad words are not your thing, just ignore everything for a couple seconds here. Just plug your ears, children. Oh, unmute.
How do you spell it?
Come on, get back.
How do you say I in French? I. How do you spell it? O-E-I-L. So if I want to say the eyes, I just put an S at the end, right? No. No? Y-E-U-X. Les yeux. But you just changed all the letters. That's French.
Yeah, it's like, oh, it's a different word. No, it's not a different. It's a completely different word, different letters, just for multiple eyes. Les yeux. I didn't even know that. I didn't even remember that. I do remember that being a thing that I was taught, but it was always les yeux. It's just French is just like Oh, pourquoi? Okay. I was taught French in year 1. I didn't understand the gender, how a chail is married, and it was table was feminine. It's just how it is. Spanish is the same with masculine and feminine words. It's just, different languages have different ways of structure, like word orientation. You know, some languages, when you translate to English, it's like Yoda speak, where it's backwards if you translate it directly. Some languages don't have things that just don't translate over. It's like the good thing, a good anecdote is there's like, I can't remember if it's an Amazonian tribe or an African tribe, but apparently their counting system is literally 1 too many. That's it. That's their entire counting system. 1 person, 2 people, many people. 3 to infinity is just many. That's just how it works. So languages are one of those things that, yeah. So avoid running it that way or that way. Okay, so make sure we're all good there. Okay, so we're good there. Sweet. Next. So we have this little sheet metal cover and the metal parts package and the X-Buddy cover. Okay. So this piece. And here's the X-Buddy cover. Don't tell me I'm missing that piece too. Okay, maybe that one I didn't. Okay. Really now? Oh, is this it? No, that's not it. Oh, great. Another piece I'm missing. This metal bracket. I don't know where it is. Shoot. Okay, whatever. Just one of those days. And more M34 RTs, which I don't have. So we got to clean up the wiring. I am a complete mess with this build. How did this build go so wrong? I'm gonna find that box tonight. Okay, so now we got to clean up our wiring. Is that it? Is it only those 3? Okay, those 3. Unless I put it in one of these boxes. This it? No, that's a screen. Yep, I am totally losing stuff. Okay, note to self in the future. Do not spend multiple days building a printer. You will lose stuff. This goes on. Okay. Something like that. How do I like about the frostbite plate? I mean, I've got it on, I just put it on this machine because this is an actual Prusa one. I have a bamboo branded one on the other Prusa. On the other core one has the, oh no, that is a Prusa one. They are both Prusa ones. Something just moved over here. I don't know what. You asked your wife if she's seen the missing bits yet. No, if anything, it would be the little guy. I had a problem for I legit had a problem for a while when I was building stuff inside, where the little guy was at a stage where he liked to go into the daddy's printer room and just look for printed parts and take them. And he took like a whole box of printed parts that I needed and like hid them under his bed. And I was like, where did all my parts go? And it's like, oh, they're just under his bed. So I found them, but I was like, what are they doing here? And he's like, oh. So. Great, still one of these, I don't care. He needed them. Okay. So somehow I misplaced the plate that covers this, so I'll have to look for that too. Hopefully it's just I put it somewhere instead of, you know, accidentally throwing it out because it was in a box and it was in a piece of foam. I got a feeling it was just like hiding in a piece of foam or something, and I just didn't see it. And it's like, whoop, well, that's gone. I mean, it's the back of the printer. Nobody sees the back of the printer. I'm sure I can just print a cover. Worst comes to worst, I just print the part. Cover plate. Just hides the wires. There we go. Okay. Yeah, so I don't know where this plate went. I don't know where this plate went. It's somewhere. I'll find it at some point. I don't know where it went. I don't know where it went. That's an empty box. These are all panels. Also, apparently, here's, oh, I know what this is from. Here's a pre-assembled filament runout sensor. Because the one they gave me with my original my Core 1 apparently is defective, and I meant to swap it out, and I haven't, because I haven't had any issues with it. So that's what that bag was. That bag of parts that I found at the beginning of the stream was spare parts for my Core 1 that I already had, the pre-production one that has a defect that's so bad that I completely forgot to fix it, and it's still working fine. Okay. The tub. The side. Okay. So I think at this point I'm gonna need the rivets. Or no, still M3/8. Okay. We're still good. So I need the side with a bunch of holes in it. That is this guy. We have our tub. The tub. Easy identity screw opening in the middle. M3/8 RT. So M3/8 screws. M3/5s. M3/8s. 2, 3, 4. Okay. And then we also need this. This is held on with M3/8s. Okay, so. Kind of don't want to waste the few M3/8 RTs I have for this. How important is it that it sits flush? Oh yeah, you need flatheads for that. There's not a lot of clearance. Okay. That just goes on. Like that. I probably will end up swapping this out. Okay, why can't I? There we go. Okay, there we go. That's that. Ah. Come on. There we go. There we go. Come on. There we go. Got one. Well, no, there's little index points in here, so you can't really do it wrong. There we go. What am I gonna print today? A whole bunch of little plastic tabs because I lost mine. By the way, be careful doing what I'm doing right now because when you're using, you know, you're putting in the screws like this, they actually do generate quite a bunch of heat from friction. And you can very easily just like rip the threads right out because you basically turned all the plastic around the screws to like liquid. So you want to do like a little bit at a time, not just drive it all in. Literally, next time you do something like this, after you drive in the screw, like literally print a part with like a little hole for just driving in a screw, an M3 screw. Get like a power drill, drive it in, and then put your finger on the screw. It will burn you. These get really hot really quick from friction. Like legit, they get hot. And since you're screwing into plastic, you have to be careful because the last thing you want to do is like, you know, screw up. Okay, so now we need M38 RTs. We need the coupler, call it. So I need these two guys. I mean, luckily I have all this stuff right here. These, I'll call it, and then two M38s. Okay. And then a whole bunch of the clips, which I don't have. I got to print a bunch of the nylon rivets. Okay. So it's funny. You gotta love Prusa. They send you backup parts and they send you doubles of all the backup parts when you need backup parts. It's like, how many do you need? Yes. Okay. So that goes in here. If I can get it to go in. There we go. So that goes in that, like there. Okay. And that goes in. Push one M3 screw through the rear hole. Where's that go? Oh, it goes right here. Okay. So M38 goes through. Assuming it goes like this. Yeah, that's gonna be the only way it makes sense. Okay. Go. Just print them. I am gonna print them. I probably should have started printing them when I realized I needed them because I'm gonna need them here. Oh, because the other side screws into that. And then that screws into there, and then you put all the rivets in. Okay, let's get some rivets printing. Let's get some rivets printing. Let's use this guy, because this is my machine I use for that stuff. 1 second here. 1 second here. Let's get some rivets printing. I'm going to need some rivets, because I won't be able to attach any of this until I have the rivets.
Who's the SD card for this build? I saw it. There it is.
I'm running out of SD cards. And the Core 1 kit compared, yeah, I am missing a whole bunch of rivets. It is kind of annoying, I'll be honest. Is it Prusa PETG? How's the humidity been in here? Pretty humid. Okay. Prusa PETG orange, sweet. Hopefully this isn't too orangey. Okay, filament. Let's load this in. Filament, change filament. There we go. Get that going there. While that's doing that, I am going to steal 2 rivets out of this guy. Do I have 2 rivets to steal out of this guy? Not really. I really wish I knew where all those rivets went. How do you lose an entire box of rivets? Like, I'm going on an adventure back here. I'm looking at my spare parts pile. Son of a... Found him. Riveting. There, fell right over the edge. I didn't see him because literally a box of filament was just like leaning up against it. I'm still gonna swap them out with orange rivets. Okay, let's get back to this. We might be able to actually finish the build. The only thing I might have lost is that 1 plate in the back. Okay, so. Trying to get this lined up. Come on, line up. Line up. Okay, now it's lined up. How do I need 3 hands for this part. One second. Line up a black screw on a black part with a black hole in an area with no lighting. Great. There we go. Haha. There we go. Aha. Aha. And then we put it in and put all the rivets in. How very riveting. Good old plastic rivets. Oh, here, let's swap this out. Is it unloaded? Yes. Oh, I had TPU loaded in that. Hit G. Continue. Load the filament. What was I printing in PET G on this machine earlier? How long would it take to assemble kit complete noob? If you, a good rule of thumb I like to say when people ask me is it's a weekend project. Obviously, if you were building one of these at home, not on camera, you would have a table where you can like lay out everything. You're not having, you know, 300 people in an audience yapping at you. So it's just, there we go. Yes. Okay, let's print a bunch of these stupid things. Prusa Mark IV with input shaper, discard. This is Prusa Pet G. Prusa Pet G. Structural. How many should we print? An instance. Where's clone? Where is set number? There we go. Let's do 24 for now. Range. Slice. Connect. We want to go to OG Joe. I think. That's OG Joe. I think that, yeah, that's OG Joe. That one's OG Joe. Then there's Sam Squanch, which is my Mark IVS one. And then there's, I can't remember what the other one's called. Oh, and then we stick a little piece of PTFE in there. Behold. Gazoon tight. That goes in there. And there we go. For the following, prepare that. Okay. Oh, I was homing. Okay, so we need this and rivets. So we get the other handle out, get the other base plate out. That is held in with M35 RTs. And that's tapped in. Okay, so M35 RT. M35RT, M35RT. And don't forget, we are going to be doing the giveaway at the end of stream today. So if you haven't entered for your chance to win some Polymaker filament, do this now. Link in the video description. You don't want to miss out. And then also, while you're down there, don't forget, if you want to help support the channel, the content I create, and the things I do, consider becoming a channel member, Patreon supporter, or if you're really cool, share the love and gift some memberships to others. That way people can hang out when we do members only stuff like this Thursday. We're doing a members only live stream where we sort out screws and organize because I need to. I've been letting the shop get a little messy too long now. It's biting me in the butt. And then we spin this around. Oops. And then behold, we put this panel in. Then we attach it with more rivets. Very riveting. was down, but no. So what it was an empty box of filament that was on the floor over there that just had these sitting in there, and there was nothing else. So I'm wondering what happened. I'm wondering if they fell off or what. I've got a bunch of stuff down there I gotta go through. Like I still have stuff from the Gloop build I gotta sort out. I got stuff from the Positron build I gotta sort out. I've got like the remains of like the last 6 or 7 builds we've done, like in pile that I need to go through and organize and whatnot. So that will probably be on the Thursday stream. We'll go live nice and early, grab a coffee and just hang out, yap, and do some screw sorting and organizing. What are you doing? What are you doing? Probing? You're probing. Oh, we're done. We're done. We're done that part. Okay. I will eat 1 Haribo. Noms. Okay. I need this, and I need this. I also need M3N nut, a washer, and those. That I probably gotta look for. Oh my god. So M3 insulating insert. Foam. This is an empty bag. Insulating insert. Insulating insert. Insulating insert. Insulating insert. That is not something I have. Insulating insert. Nope. Insulating insert. Nope. Nope. Yep, that's another thing that was lost. Well. Well, let's peel that off. Yeah, because that just allows it to slide, so it's not a huge deal, but a little annoying that I don't have it. Oh, it is. Yeah. Staticky. Ground myself. I don't have anything to ground. Oh, I'm like, how do I ground myself? Touch the ground. There we go. In the grommet bag. I have 2 grommets in a bag, and they're not in there. Okay, these ones peel off really good. How come the China acrylic doesn't peel off so nicely? Okay, lay down the cover on the printer. Okay. And if we're going to crack the cover, we'll align the bolt openings on a line, flip the cover. So let's see here. Oh, hey, they align. Because I think, can you do it backwards? Well, no, you can't do it backwards, so it does only go on one way. Okay. Oh, here they are. I do have them. I think small parts and fasteners. I do have them. One, they're black. The picture showed them as gray. So that kind of threw me off. I also have 3 pins in here that I'm assuming I'm going to need for something down the line, but okay. So now we need M310s. Where's that bag of random screws? M310s. Here we go. And then nylocks. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so these go on like that. That, because we're basically building a little sandwich. Off to bed. 9 a.m. meeting. Oh! Oh. Is the Starship launch still on? They better not have canceled it. It's the only thing I got going on tonight is watch Starship. I think we're still good. I think we're still good. Are we still good?
Out there, and let me roll through.
Ah. Yep, we're still good. Still good. Still good. Okay. I might just order a pizza tonight. I might just get a pizza. Who wants pizza? I want pizza. Okay, so these drop through the top. So, whoop. 1, 2, 3. And then this sticks on the inside. This seems like one of those things that would have been better to do before. Is it on the inside on this one? Yeah, it is on the inside on this one. Yeah. Okay, so. Oh, you have to line it up to make sure you're actually putting it on the right way. That makes sense. That makes sense. You do it that way to make sure you actually have it on the right side, and then you do that. Okay, that makes sense. Of course, it sucks because I'm looking at it through a Oh no, we were making spaghetti. One of them came off and took the whole line out. Stop. Stop the print. Stop the print. Oh, hey, live. Hey, Jeff. How you doing? Oh, since Jeff's here and I saw it on his page, I'll remind you, if you're going to Open Sauce, the tickets go up in price tomorrow, I think. Today's the last day to get a discounted price on the tickets. I'm just remembering now because I see Jeff here has posted about it earlier. So if you're going to Open Sauce and you want to, get your tickets now. Oh, was this the wrong one? This is the wrong one. Where's the one that I used for the M3s? It's this one. Price goes up today in 1 hour. You got 1 hour. So go to Open Sauce and have fun for me because I will not be there. Okay, that one goes there. So you want to tighten these obviously, but not so tight that they don't lock up, because you need to be able to open the vent, because what's the point of having a movable vent if you can't move it? Already got them, there you go. Okay, so we'll loosen these up a bit. Plane ticket costs that much. Yeah, like I had a ton of fun there last year. But I was just an attendee, and let's just say it is not really in the budget this year. So Unless I get like a last minute invite, I will not be going. Yeah, it's not so much the event price, it's the fact that it's in California in an expensive city on the other side of the continent. Like, I will say the chicken parm sandwich that I got off of one of the food trucks was delicious, but it was not $27 US delicious. Plus tax and tip. Okay, align the cover and put the rivets in. Using 4 nylon rivets. Just 4? Okay. Much into the US? I mean, if they let me into the US, I'm sure you can get into the US. Although I will say it's getting more and more annoying with all the questions I get asked when I go into the US. Last couple years, it was like, oh, you're going to a 3D printing event? Have fun. Now it's like, I get like 20 questions from the border guards. It's a little annoying. Okay, so we got more panels. So these are the side ones. Even cheap cities, it's hard to find a decent room of venues for like $100 a night at least. Yeah. Like Rocky Mountain Rep Rap Fest, the 3D printing event that was last weekend, or like the weekend before last weekend, I shared a room with 2 other people because it's like, it was also like graduation weekend too. So it was insane. Because, like, while I am in Canada, and that part's awesome, I do have the advantage that at least Detroit is very close to me, so I can hop across the border on foot, well, in my car, and then just take a domestic flight in the US. So domestic flights in the US are much cheaper than flying international into the US. So, like, if I was okay flying steerage and Spirit Air, I can get, like, across the country for, like, $200 bucks. But that's Spirit Air. I don't want to fly Spirit Air. I fly Delta. Okay, and then we just kind of align and put these panels on. Okay. California, you could probably sleep outside, just pick the right area. I don't think it's at Cow Palace this year. It's at a different event. It's still in San Francisco, which is funny because he's down in... William's down in LA. But they hold it up in San Francisco. I'm wondering if that's just because of the makers there, or like, I'm just wondering why it's like, if I was hosting an event, I would have it near me, so I wouldn't have to travel. But I'm assuming it's like just, it makes more sense to have it there for the type of event. And you could, yeah. I love that they went with tinted panels, just to say. I love that they went with tinted panels. Although I wish the front panel was just completely clear instead of smoked, but is what it is. Okay, so we put that in, and then, oh, hey, we do the other side. Wow. Okay, now we do the screen. We're getting very close to having this done. Okay, let me just put these guys in the back here, because there was those 3 I missed in the back. Are we gonna print today? No, it will be the next build stream we print. Do the calibrations and print next stream, I think. I mean, considering I lost an entire bag of parts of my own dumb fault, I think we're pretty good. Except for these 2 screws. These are completely the wrong screws. So I'm gonna have to fix that at some point. Gotta steal some M5Ts here or something. I'll do that right now, because these 2 screws are definitely the wrong type and they're annoying me. Is this guy okay? Yeah, don't use flathead screws. There we go. Hopefully I didn't need all those M35Ts. Okay, so we need the screen stuff. Right here, got that. I also need the screen, which I still have. I haven't lost the screen. Still have the screen. And then we need M3/8s and a knob and the grounding wire thingy, which I still have. I saw it. Here we go. There we go. Okay. So we have this guy. I love the weird cutout part. Should be, dude, this is a heavy part. This is a heavy 3D printed part. Holy shit. This has weight to it. Okay. Move the LCD protective cover. Ooh. And then, oh, okay. Insert the LCD into the back thing. Okay, so it has to like slide down and under a corner. So it sits under this corner and under this. Okay. And then this goes on top. And this is a plastic injection molded part. Oh wow, you guys can't see anything. Plastic injection molded. Let's judge Joe's mold. So this was made January 25th. And if you ever want to know when something was made, if you look at an injection molded part, you'll see a date wheel a lot of the time. Let's see if I can get the lighting. Right there. Oh, mobile camera froze. It's a little date wheel. So you can update it. Usually it's day and year and month, sometimes more than that. Injector pins are healthy. How's the knit lines? Lines are good, flow's good. You can see where they did a little bit of handwork to actually get it to, how's that? It's not bad. And it's ABS, by the way, for those wondering what plastic it's made out of. Yeah, not a bad mold. Very consistent. How's the slide there? That's a nice little part. Yeah. You can see the knit line though. It's hard to see. Right there. See the knit line? So that means this probably has either multiple drops or it's just the way it flows. When the plastic flows, it's flowing around and it meets here and it's called a knit line. So there should be one on this side too. So the drop is probably, so that means the drop is probably here and then it flows around and that's where the knit line is. So just something to know. It's one of those things, it doesn't really matter. It's just a visual thing. And if you care about it, then you care about it. If you don't care about it, then you don't care about it. I don't care about it, but that's something customers would care about a lot of the time. So you put in just 3. So you don't put that 4th one in yet. Yeah, you think about it, the plastic has to flow and it cools as it flows. So it comes to a point where you have like 2 flows, they come into each other and then they just kind of, they're slightly different temperature and they cool slightly different. So you just get a visible line where they meet. It's called a knit line. And I think you are screwing into plastic here, so just be careful. Oh, you're not a, there we go. My wheel says 2.5 in the center with arrows pointing to 3. So that was made in the 3rd month of 2025. Simple as that. So usually the date wheel, you can pull it out, the little insert. So the part with like the 25, they would pull that out and replace it with a 26 or 27. And other times it's just a grid where they just put a stamp, like a little, they just get a punch and they just punch it. So it'll be like 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, however many years they expect to use the mold, and then 1 to 12, and you just as you go down. It's just for internal tracking, whatnot, quality control, that kind of stuff. So it's nice to know when parts are made if you ever have to do QC and whatnot. You just look at the part and be like, oh, okay, so this part was made on this date, but this part was made 2 weeks later and has a problem. So obviously the problem happened between this date and this date, right? Okay. So now we have that one there. So we have to put this little tab in there and hold it and then do that. So some tweezers to hold that. Drop it on the ground and go find it. Yeah. Nope. Okay. So you go like that. Go Gadget Cinch Tremors. There we go. There we go. Okay, so that is that. Oh, then we put the knob on, and the knob is also injection molded. And there's a little flat. I wish the knob was orange. I wish the knob was orange. Okay, and then that attaches to this. Oh yeah, that's right, the bump plate. This part is really cool for those that don't know. The bump plate is really cool for those that don't know how it works. 3/6s, the LCD, and 2 square nuts. So we put the square nuts in there. Yeah, the bump plate is a really cool way of doing the screen, because you guys know how much of a klutz I am, and I've accidentally broken screens in the past because, you know, they fall, or you step on them, or you rotate, you knock over a printer, like you tilt it to work on it and you just crack the screen off. So this uses a bump plate, which is really cool. Oh, this could be fun. Go. We use some M3/6s. If I have M3/6s, 3.5 RT. Do I have M3/6s? 3.8. I don't have M3/6s. 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 Here. There are 6s. I got a bunch of M3/8s. Hopefully M3/8s are fine. I'm assuming M3/8s will be fine. And if they're not, that's a problem for future me. So you get them started, and then you slide into that. Insert the screws in the keyhole opening. Slide the if assembled correctly, it should be pointing up. Push the screws all the way to their part, and then tighten the screws. Okay. Okay. And then the cutout should also match like the cutout there. And then we attach our cables. So this one, the cables come off this way. This part's gonna be annoying. So this one just kind of slides in. This one's easy. Over that. Okay. And this slides. Break it. Come on, come on, come on, come on, line up, come on. It's annoying. It's always a stupid screen. It's always, no, got it. Come on. Come on, come on. Got it. There we go, got it. Okay. And then the cool part, the reason it's called a bump plate is because this part's really cool. It just slots in because there's magnets on here. You just kind of slide it on and it just sits like that with magnets. So if you go to tilt your printer over, it just slides up and you just slide it back down. So that way, if you tilt your printer, you don't break it. You just, and if you got to take it off for whatever reason, it's kind of a bitch because the magnets are really strong. But there you go. So it's just a little bump plate. And then we got some foam. And that just goes around 3 sides. Is the same length? No. So what are we at? 415. I think all we got left is the door. So make sure you enter for your chance to win some Polymaker filament. Link in the description. Do it now. You don't want to miss the draw at the end of stream. And also, while you're down there, if you want to help support the channel, the content I create, and the things I do, consider becoming a channel member, Patreon supporter. Or if you're really cool, give some memberships, because that way people can hang out when we do the member streams. And also, video tomorrow. So if you want to get an early look, or actually it might be Thursday. I don't know if the video will be tomorrow or Thursday. But if you want to get an early look at Cascade, Voron CNC, that will be the next video. So if you want to get a look at it early, be a channel member. plastic. Go. Are you going to do a video of the snapping turtle printer? I mean, snapping turtle printer, Are you talking armored turtle? Which one's the snapping turtle? I mean, armored turtle looks really cool. If it does actually get to the chamber temperatures. I did a video on it. I got a video recorded on it that I gotta edit and put out. I've got like 3 or 4, maybe 4 videos from Rocky Mountain I gotta edit. Get out there. Go. Okay, and now these guys. 2 nuts. Where are me nuts? I'm losing all my rivets. Okay, 2 nuts and a magnet. And the magnet. Where is that annoying magnet that's been sticking to everything? Where is that annoying magnet? There it is. Filament cutters. Oh, is that the automatic one, electronic one? It's like, yeah, that'd be cool. Because I got to put something in the Venture when we get that built. Obviously, I'm building it stock first, but then I'm going to put a box turtle on it, which means I'm going to have to put a filament cutter in it. So that'll be part of that, I think. Okay, so that goes in the end. Put some of these guys in here. Put the magnets in. Insert the magnets, push them in all the way in. The orientation of the orientation of the magnets does not matter. Although I will say, these don't really want to stick in too good. There we go. I have to. Oh, this one will stick in. Yeah, no, it does stick in. It just push it in. Okay. From the inside, secure with M35T. Okay, so where are all those M35Ts that I had a bunch of? So this goes in like that. We'll attach it with an M35T. The printer, it was Armored Turtle. That's all I know it as. I don't know which revision of it is, but it's Armored Turtle. There we go. There we go. Okay. Now I need to get some door parts, which I saw those earlier. Where'd they go? Okay. This box is empty. Hooray, it's garbage day tomorrow. I can throw out a bunch of stuff at least. Door parts, door parts. There's the door parts. And then I need 2 pins. And then 2 more M35T. Okay. So push that in and then screw that in. Okay. Okay, note to self, get the screw on the screwdriver first. There we go. Okay, screw on the screwdriver first this time. Don't throw out the spare rivets. I'm not gonna throw out the spare rivets. I'll do what I normally do and just take all my spare screws and throw them in a random container and forget about them for 5 years. Go. And then you put that on and you put the pin through. Okay, so this goes on like this. And then you take the pin and there's a chamfered edge on the pin. And that goes in first. And you push it all the way down. There we go. 1, 2. Pop those out. Open them out. Okay, and then we need some M34RTs and our panel. We have our panel here. Peel off the plexi. And you can spin these around, by the way. You can remove the center protective film. Okay. What? Okay. There we go, this way. Yeah. Oh, it really... There we go. Okay. There we go. Okay. Well, that's not in all the way. Why don't you want to go in all the way? That one's in all the way. There we go. You got to give it a little assistance to get it to lock in. There we go. That is it for my screws. So, okay. And then take our orange piece. You peel off the tape because there's just, where's that set of tweezers I had? Over here. Dude, we're almost done. We are almost done the mechanical part of the build. Back of, but do not attach it yet. There we go. Okay. Okay. The part with the instrument will go onto the back of the door, but do not attach the handle yet. Wait for the outcome and set. We have to align it. Okay. Let's move the onto the handle. Remove the protective foil from the adhesive strip for both sides. Part of this to go on the back of the door, but do not attach the handle yet. Okay, so it's on the back. Okay. Align the handle so that the front chamfered part is flat on the door. The top of the handle must be flush with the door. While pushing the handle against the door, keep it aligned, slowly rotate it until the adhesive bonds to the door. Push the door handle firmly together. Okay, so it's like the tape's on the back and it's wedge shaped. So you kind of use the front to line it up. Ooh. And you line it up just the top. And then you rotate it in so it attaches. Okay. Yeah, so you just kind of do a little pivot there. Okay. And then, I guess we can just kind of we're done. We are done. It is built. Huzzah! And we got 30 minutes left on the stream. Wow. So, we only got, it's 4:30, so what time is it? What's the next step? Tensioning. Oh, we got to do belt tensioning. Okay, we'll do that all next stream. The next stream will be the pre-flight and the setup. So we'll do the setup all next stream. So the next is calibration and first run. So we'll save that for the next stream. And we should be good there. How is the music so loud on my end? Sweet. Are we still good? We're still good. 3 hours, okay. So I'm gonna eat some gummies. Well, I try and figure out how I lost a plate. How do you lose a metal plate? Seriously. How do you lose a shoe? Who throws a shoe? $85 or 105 hertz for belt tension. This is my belt tension meter. I've never measured belt tension by hertz. Oh, I just have the NASA space flight stream up. That's my usual, like, and then whenever the official stream goes live, I jump over to it. I gotta reprint the rivets. I think I gotta dry out the pet sheet because it's a little wet. So the question is, where's this guy gonna go? I could put it on the shelf next to the Core 1. And I have 2 Core 1s. I'm just realizing the pre-production cryo grip. Oh wait, which one's this? This is, oh, this is the cryo. Okay, that's, yeah, I'm gonna swap that. That's why. Swap this back to the original one. Not a Prusa bed, Prusa Core 1. There we go. There we go. Yeah, this is the one I want, the cryo grip. There we go. Raffle the second one? No! Magnets could have ate the back plate. I don't think it's under the bed. I think what happened, it was probably still in the foam somehow, in a box, and I might have just thrown it out by accident. Because I've got, like, this is empty. So this is going in the garbage. That's going in the garbage. This is going in the garbage. This is going in the garbage. This is going in the garbage. I don't even know what's in this box. What's in this box? I don't know, but it's going in the garbage. It's going in the garbage. Somehow I have a box for the Prusa MMU3. That's going in the garbage. I've got a bunch of boxes I gotta... Garbage day this week. Did you get it mixed up with the Adventure when you're looking for... Maybe. Cryo Grip is like, I don't know. Let's see, what are we at right now? What are we at right now? There we go. So yeah, so we're gonna be doing the giveaway. We'll do the giveaway at 4:45. So we'll hang out for the next 10 minutes or so. Anyone got any questions about the build so far? Or anything you want me to yap about or look up? If this was a Twitch stream, this would be the point where I go, oh, and we got any Twitch primers in chat? Because we finished the build. But this isn't Twitch. We don't do that around here. Let's get a hype train going, guys. Choo choo. And then I have a little 3D printed train drive around. What is the build plate? It's a BQ cryo grip. That's garbage. I'm just gotta sort out. That's garbage. What are you? Garbage. FPV magnet. Oh. Garbage. Catching the gaming streams. They're not often. I owe you guys a couple because I missed 2 weeks because of travel. And then last week I was just tired. And then this week I would normally do one, but we got the members stream. So. What do you think of the build compared to previous Prusa kits? On par. So far, disclosure, I've built a Prusa Mark III, a Prusa Mark IVS, or just a Mark IV, sorry, the Prusa Mark IV. I didn't build a Mark IVS, but they're pretty much the same, just different tool head. The XL partial assembly kit. It's on par with all the other Prusas. I would say this build is a little bit more finicky than a Mark IV, but it's not really like a big difference kind of thing. So yeah. Any pros or cons about? I tried using a carbon fiber plate years ago. To be fair, it was a carbon fiber sticker on a flex plate, not like a pure carbon fiber. It was okay, but it's like, it didn't really do anything better than just, here's my thing. My bog standard bed is either a textured or a satin PEI bed with Vision Miner on it, right? Put a little dab of Vision Miner on a satin or textured PEI bed. I use this shit on everything. Actually, I gotta reach out to them. They've been emailing me. I gotta reach out to Nano Miner or Vision Miner. But anyways, that's my go-to. Everything works on that. Everything that I print works on that. So, for me to switch my bed type, whatever I switch it to would have to be better than that. So if something just works, how do you get better than it just works? That's kind of the problem. So I've tested carbon fiber beds in the past, or at least a carbon fiber sticker on a bed, and I had to use Vision Miner to get it to stick with all the materials I print. It leaves a cool finish, don't get me wrong, it leaves a nice little finish. But you can get an Ember Prototypes bed that does the same thing, if you're just after the texture. Just works. Okay. The one I used, I found I didn't get as reliable of a stick unless I put something on the bed. But again, it was a texture, it was a carbon fiber sticker on a bed. It wasn't like pure carbon fiber, so. for stickier filament. Yep, Toasty Boy has just a pure spring steel bed with Vision Miner on it. And that's what I use for the high temp stuff. We got 2 gummies left. What's the best way to avoid PLA plus from lifting from a build plate? I can't seem to avoid the electrical tape like peeling. Like, it's clean your bed. Okay, what printer and what's your bed type? Like, what kind of bed are you printing on and what is your printer? I need to know at least that before I can give advice as to why it's warping, because PLA is like the least warping material. So if it's warping on PLA, what's going on? So I need to know that. Under 5+ with textured. Okay, take your bed off, wash it with soapy water, like Dawn dish soap. Wash it really good, rinse it off with hot water, dry it, use like paper towels or non-linting something, and yeah, then try. Also, don't be afraid to print with a brim. Don't be afraid to print with a brim. There is nothing wrong with printing with a brim if you need to. But yeah, PLA Plus, it shouldn't be warping if you have a good first layer. If you have a good first layer and you're printing on textured PI and it's clean and it's at 60C, it should not be warping. Also, disable fan for the first couple layers. Most slicers will ramp it up. Usually what I do is I disable my fan, my part cooling fan, for usually the first 4 or 5 layers. Or I have it come in at 100% or whatever would be its normal setting at layer 5. So at layer 0, it's at 0%, then like 20, 40, 60, 80, whatever. That way that first layer really gets into it. Because the worst thing you can do is like put down plastic and just blast it with cool air right away and it just... So I usually don't have a fan on or have the fan ramp up over the first couple layers. Why is Faux Hammer so cynical? I don't know, ask him. I mean, people call me cynical, so. Are you another bot? You are a bot. Goodbye. It is amazing how shitty Twitter is now. Literally, like, my last, 100 followers are all bots. The entire site is infested with them now. Oh, I hear the doggo. Doggo barking. Yeah, I remember, if a print fails, it fails. If a print with a brim succeeds, oh wow, I gotta clean a brim off. I would rather spend the extra 5 minutes at the start of the print and the little bit of wasted material putting a brim down and have the print finish after 12 hours than get 3 hours in and have my parts start warping and be like, shit, well, am I gonna let it finish or can I live with this? I should have printed with a brim. Ain't nothing wrong with printing with a brim. What about RAF for ABS? I haven't used a RAF since my Monoprice Select Mini. I have not printed with a RAF since my Monoprice Select Mini. So, take that as you will. Does the core one come with a CHT or normal? I believe it comes with the high flow nozzle. Yeah. I believe it comes with the high flow nozzle. Like, I have extra nozzles here. I have a Bondtech high flow obsidian. Or not Bondtech, it's E3D. I have an E3D high flow obsidian I could put in this if I really wanted to. I don't know what it comes with. What does it come with? It's got the Bondtech logo on it. Bondtech makes the nozzles. It's whatever nozzle comes with it is on it. But now I gotta get the sock back on. You made me take the sock off. But I do have a, yeah. Oh, yeah. Bondtech E3D high flow obsidian right here. I could put in it if I wanted to, which I might. We'll see. I think it does come with the high flow though. I believe it comes with the high flow. I believe the high flow nozzle is standard now with the Mark IVS and the Core 1. Unlock your potential with us. My name is Grace and I'm getting in touch on behalf of Corsica. Corsica is a leading platform for online, no, fuck off. Ooh, commission change. Sweet. Keep buying Polymaker Filament. Use the affiliate link. Yeah, it's brass. It comes with a brass nozzle. Okay, we're gonna do the giveaway in 1 minute. So if you haven't entered for your chance to win some Polymaker Filament, do it now because we're doing the giveaway in like 1 minute. And then, yeah, we will get it printing next stream. Sweet. Even after cleaning textured PI. I normally use, okay, so here's my problem. The printers that I normally print PLA on are my Prusas, which have satin beds, which satin is better for PLA than textured, usually, at least from my experience. But I also have a coat of Vision Miner on it. Have I used the high temp PLA? No, I didn't get any because apparently they sent me an email like a month ago asking if I wanted some to try out for like, hey, look, because you notice how all the other creators put out something. And that email went to my spam folder, so I didn't see it. So they got some on the way. I will be using some soon. I got some projects I can use it for, but I don't have any right now. But if you want to buy some, I do have a Polymaker affiliate in the video description, so you can just click that link and go buy stuff. Consumerism, ho! Yeah, I've got my Gmail, I've got my spam filter pretty aggressive right now because I have just been getting flooded with random, either AI companies. By the way, fun fact, as a content creator in 3D printing, I get the same emails all the other content creators get. So if you see anyone promoting Tripo AI, they took a bag to shill, just so you're aware. Because Tripo AI has been flooding my stupid inbox, either themselves or companies representing them, being like, hey, no, promote our shit. We'll give you a couple $100 just to make a video saying how awesome our stuff is, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, no. AI, that AI part modeling is no. Yes, I know I play around with AI on this channel before. We've done some AI stuff on this channel before. But there's a difference between making a funny little bot talk to you using a voice and stealing people's jobs. And AI modeling is trained on stuff. And I guarantee you, after seeing how often these companies have been caught scraping the model sites for models and whatnot, yeah, I guarantee you they didn't follow all the proper rules and licensing to train their AIs. So AI modeling is not something I'll probably ever be promoting on this channel. I'll never say never, because I don't know how the future is going to unfold, but it's not something that, yeah. When I'm to the co-host, Alt's downstairs. I have Alt's still downstairs. I'm just, the interface aspect of it is something I'm trying to figure out. I'm talking to a few people about it. Okay, let's do this giveaway. If you did not enter, you will have another chance on Friday, on the Friday stream. So link to sheet, create. Okay, let's see here. Oh, did I do that? File, save. Okay, I'll open up marbles. How's the first layer coming down? Pet G coming down good? That's coming down good. I'm printing the parts for an XRP robot for the little guy. I printed one frame already, but the Pet G kind of gummed up on the first layer in one little spot, so I'm reprinting it. So, yeah. Little guy wants to build a robot. Okay, let's see here. Add names. Clear, open. Oh, clear, open. Names. I hate when it does this. Okay, 1 second. For some reason, it likes to like not copy all the names all the time. Control copy. Save. Clear, open. There you go. 269. Nice. Okay. Randomize. Bots. Oh, this is a long level. No. Do this one. 269. Play. Make a SCAD model of a disk segment. Took a week to get the results I wanted. Yeah, that's kind of the problem with AI. You can't, you kind of like, it's a lottery. You can give it the prompt and it will spit something out, especially with like the video stuff though. It's like, oh, but actually I wanted exactly the same thing, but a blue shirt, and I want to swap out that one character for another character. And it can't do that because it's always, there's an element of randomness to it every time it generates. Okay, so how this works, if you win, you get a spool of filament from Polymaker, but if I pick your ball and you win, you also get a free hat. This one right here. Wayne Wenthen, if you win, you get a free hat. Remember, exclamation mark gullible speeds your ball up, exclamation mark zoom zoom makes everyone else go slower. And if you're a channel member, it actually greases your ball up and makes it go even faster. Doubly so if you're subscribed too. So. Oh, and by the way, if you do want to buy a Prusa Core 1 kit, you know, the thing we've been building for the past couple weeks, I do have a Prusa affiliate link as well. So if you're going to buy one of these, make sure you use the affiliate link because it doesn't cost you anything extra and it helps support the channel. Because taxes suck. Here's the lead. Tactical printing. Tell me you don't. Tell me you have the FGC9 files on your hard drive without telling me you have the FGC9 files on your profile. Oh, who's in the lead now? Tom Taylor Jr. Go, Tom Taylor Jr. Nope. Oh! Who typed it? Burned. Lohin. How do you pronounce Burned Lohlin? Burned Lohlin. That's gotta be like, are you Swedish? Is that Swedish or Finnish? Bird. Okay, congratulations. You have won yourself a spool of filament from Polymaker. You will get an email from me after the stream ends with information on how to collect your filament from Polymaker. So congrats. There we go. There's verification again. Okay. Main menu, quit. Let's see. No comment. Tactical printing, no comment. It would be pretty cool. Like, don't get me wrong. I think like all the other stuff on that bill is stupid, but the whole, hey, you can 3D print suppressors. That'd be pretty cool. Okay, are we done? I think we're done. Okay, yeah, we got the Prusa is now built. What's up, buddy? Hey, what you want? Yeah, because that one has a booger on it. Daddy had to reprint it. Okay? Yeah, it's just ugly, so Daddy's making it better. Okay, go inside. Daddy will make lunch. Okay, sorry about that, little guy. Okay, yeah, we're calling it there. We will have this printing the next stream we do on the Prusa, but Friday we're gonna unbox a CNC machine. So that means oh God, okay, we're moving the schedule. Okay, so Friday, instead of getting the ProForge moving, we're gonna do that Saturday night. So this Friday, we are unboxing a Carvera Maker Air. So that'll be fun, or Carvera, yeah. Makara Air? Carvera Makara Air, whatever it's called. That CNC, I have it. It's in a box over there. We're gonna unbox that on the Friday stream and do a little brr. And then Saturday night, we'll get the FormBot, or the ProForge 300 tool changer printing. So we'll do that. And then Tuesday, we'll move to the big guy. And then this will be next Friday. So we're just gonna add one thing in and shift it. And then don't forget Thursday, if you're a channel member or Patreon supporter, we're gonna be doing that stream as well, probably around noonish. Okay, calling it there. I gotta go make dinner for the family. Little guy's hungry. Yeah. Shout out to Prusa for the kit that we use for this build series. Shout out to Polymaker for the spool of filament we give away this stream and every stream. Links for all of them and more in the video description. Affiliate links don't cost you anything extra, go a long way in supporting the channel. And for those that support the channel, content create, and the things I do, I thank you. Not be able to do the things I do without your continued support. You make it all possible. I'm Taylor, Canuck Creator. Enjoy the rest of your week. Be safe out there. Wash your hands. I'm gonna go wash a spaceship. Good night.